Welcome everybody to the Strength, Yoga, and Freedom YouTube channel. This is a balancing poses for all levels class. Let's get started. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel before we begin practice, please subscribe. Go down and hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button. If you love this practice, you can also comment below on what you loved about it, what you want to see in the future. All those things that I just mentioned help the algorithm of YouTube to get the video out to more people so that the good word of yoga spreads to as many people as possible, because we need that. In today's practice, we are going to be working into 3 balancing poses for all levels. So if you're a beginner and you don't know how to balance, you're in the right place. If you have been practicing yoga or doing another form of exercise that requires balancing, you're in the right place too, because we're going to return to some fundamentals. So before we begin, though, we are going to do just a slight little bit of warming for the core, because we do need some core when it comes to balancing. If you have a block or something that resembles a block that you can have nearby, that's also helpful. Let's begin to warm by doing just a few sun salutations, because sun salutations warm your whole body and activate your core. So we begin that by coming onto all fours into a tabletop pose. We curl the toes underneath and we lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog pose. So here in downward facing dog, just notice your hands being about shoulder width distance apart, and notice your feet being about hip width distance apart. We're going to take 3 sun salutations just to warm the core up. So first, lift up your heels and then lower your heels, and then lift your heels and then lower your heels. They don't have to touch the mat. Bend your knees and walk towards the top of your mat, maybe a couple of steps. Take a halfway lift here, just flatten out your back, and then forward fold. Just fold over your legs. Root down and rise up into a high mountain. So reach way up to the sky, and then forward fold. Now find another halfway lift, and then plant your hands on the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breath comes in. Breath comes out. Soften your knees and look forward and then walking forward. I was going to say come to the mat by walking forward. Halfway lift and forward fold. Now stand up again. Reach way up into that high mountain. Now forward fold. Halfway lift. Downward dog. So step back. Beautiful. We're going to take one more sun A. Soften your knees, walk, or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Stand up again and reach way up. Now fold. Halfway lift, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, one more core exercise. Lower your knees until they're about 2 inches off the mat. This is called a rocket dog or a turbo dog. Just hold your knees about 2 inches off the mat. Hover them. If it feels too much, lower your knees to the mat. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward dog. Whoo! Found our core, didn't we? All right, walk your feet up to your hands. And then we'll come to a halfway lift again and a forward fold. Now reach your hands way up into a big high mountain and bring your hands into your heart center. Let's begin in Tadasana. Now Tadasana is not one of the 3 poses that I'm teaching you. However, it's a bonus pose because all of our balance starts in Tadasana. Tadasana looks like this. It's mountain pose. Our hands come down next to us and the palms of the hands face away from you. You take your shoulders back and down. Your chest comes forward. You root into the earth and you arrive. You're still, you're strong, and you're present. This is the root. This is the foundation. right here, Tadasana. Okay, beautiful. Now, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to begin in our first balancing pose, which is going to be a standing leg lift or a standing knee raise. So it could be called one of those two things. We're going to start by grounding into the left leg. So this left leg is going to stay rooted and grounded just like it was in Tadasana. The right leg is going to lift. You're going to take the right knee, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. You're going to take your right knee so that it hovers. Your right knee comes towards your right hip, and your right foot is hovering. Flexing your right foot. Now, if you need to take your left hand high, do so. If you need to hold on to your right knee with your right hand, do so. This is a great foundation for a balancing pose right here. And I'm also going to tell you to look forward at something in the space that you're in that's not moving. If you need to put your foot back down, put it down. We're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Take your right foot down. Pause. How about we come to Tadasana again, and we're going to go to the other side. So this time, the right foot is grounded. Now notice the difference on your right or left side. There's a difference. So if you're doing this and you're like, oh, the left side feels different than the right, that's normal. So keep that right foot down, grounded, and slowly peel the left foot up off the mat so it begins to hover as your left knee and your left hip come in line. So I already can notice I'm swaying on this side. So sometimes when I do that, I take my arms out like wings or like a T, or I bring them up. You can do either of those things. Flexing the left foot is very important in a balancing pose because it allows your brain to know, and you're signaling to your brain that you are not placing that left foot back down on the mat. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful job, yogis. We're going to do that again. This time, what I want you to do is notice the engagement of your muscles in your legs, both the standing leg and the leg that's lifting. The standing leg, the leg that you lift up is just as important as your standing leg. So you don't want to dump everything into your standing leg. You want to have just as much muscle activation in the leg that you're lifting. So let's start with the right leg that's going to lift, and we're going to ground into that left foot again. So here we go, round 2. Let's peel the left foot up, or excuse me, the right foot up off the mat, flex it, and pull your right knee to be parallel to your right hip. Here we are. You're getting it. Look forward at something that's not moving. Engage all the muscles in your core. So pull everything into the midline and engage all the muscles in your right leg. What does engage mean? Hug the muscle to your bone. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your right foot down. Beautiful. Now let's go to the left side. Press into that right leg and right foot. Peel the left foot up and let it start to lift up as your left foot is hovering. Your left knee and left hip are parallel. You're here and breathing. You're pulling everything into the midline again. Core. Hug the muscle to the bone in the left leg. 5, 4. Do that to the right leg too. 2, and 1. Release. Nice job. Now, we're going to build from that pose into our second balancing pose, which is going to be airplane pose. Okay? We're going to begin airplane pose by doing the exact same thing that we just did in the standing knee rise or the standing leg lift. So now we're into basically the third round of this, but we're going to add on. Ground your feet, both feet, into the mat. Look at something that's not moving in front of you. And begin to peel. Let's start here this time. Just take your right heel up off the mat. So keep the ball of your right foot on the mat. Now, lift up your right leg while you're hugging the muscle to your bone in your right leg. From here, take your hands down next to you like Tadasana. Remember, your hands are facing the front of the room. This right foot is going to kick back. You're going to push the right foot towards the back of your space and lean forward as your arms fly into airplane. Remember the hugging the muscle into your right leg, that's what you're doing. You're hugging your muscle to bone in the right leg, and you're doing that with the left leg. All the muscles in your core are active, and you're looking directly maybe at the top of your mat for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release. Okay, let's go to the other side. If you fell, that's perfect. You should fall out of this, especially if you're newer, because falling out is going to train your body and your brain to all work together. All right? Ground into this right foot, lift up the left heel, and pause. Hands are on your hips. Just pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, take off. Lift this left leg up. Pause with the left knee and the left hip in alignment. Hands come to Tadasana. Lock in all the muscles to the bones in the left leg and in the right, and start to lean forward. You need to and must use your core here in order to balance. Airplane can also be done with the left toes on the mat, just kind of leaving them down there. You have a slight upward dog in your upper body, which means your shoulders are coming back. So we're here for 3, we're here for 2, and 1. Release. Okay, beautiful. One more time, and I'm going to give you just a few more cues to help you into that airplane pose. You guys are doing amazing, because even though I can't see you, and you can't, but you can see me, no matter what you're doing is amazing. The fact that you're just watching this video is amazing. So here we are with both feet on the floor, and let's move into the right leg lifting. So lift this right leg. Here we are again. You're getting really good at the standing knee rise. Hands in Tadasana. That means palms face forward. Look at something that's not moving. The gaze shifts to the top of the mat. You push this right foot in. You flex back. You flex the right toes towards 12 o'clock and activate all the fingers. There's another kicker for you. Like you're shooting out lightning from all 10 fingers. For 10, 9, 8, 7. Kick your right foot back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful. Left side. Ground into this right leg. Peel your left foot up. Standing knee rise position. Hands into Tadasana. Electric hands. Flex your left foot. The flexing of the foot is important because it stays flexed as you push back. It's like you're stomping your left footprint on the wall behind you. You're just pushing it back. Engaging all the muscles in your left leg and your right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Ha, nice. Okay, let's reach high. And hands to your heart. Pause. So anytime you want to practice those balancing poses, just rewind, back up, and do them again. Because I built them from step by step for you so you could start to work into all those different aspects of balancing poses. Now let's move into our final balancing pose, which will be tree pose. Most of the things that we did in the standing knee rise and in airplane are active in tree pose. This is where a block might be helpful for you. If you want to have a block, have it by your right foot. So tree pose, you can have your right toes on a block, and you can just take your right heel into your left shin, and you can stand just like this. This could be a tree pose. If you don't want the block, you could just kickstand your right foot. This is a tree pose. You can engage all the muscles from your throat chakra all the way down into the groin, and you can lift your right foot onto your left calf. You can stand with your hands on your hips. Open through your right leg. So take this right knee back if you can. Now, if you start to wobble, it's okay. We're starting with the hands on the hips. Yeah, I got some swaying going on too. Now, and again, we're looking at something in the room that's not moving. Now, if you want to go even further, this right foot can come on towards the left thigh. We do not want it on the knee though, just on the thigh. So your hands can stay at your hips. Why don't we want our right knee on our right foot on our knee? Because knees only go front to back, not right to left. So you don't want to push your knee towards the left and hurt yourself. And release. Okay, let's try the other side now. Remember, if you have the block, you're more than welcome to place this block right down and just hang out with your left ankle coming towards your right shin. You can also take a kickstand version. You can pull this left foot and push it onto your right calf. Knee is working to go towards behind you, or your left knee is, or you can move this left foot up towards your right thigh and push your left foot into your right thigh and push your right thigh into your left foot. See how you're becoming dual? You're creating duality there. Everything is working. You're working from the center line, from your core. Hands on hips. And release. Okay. Let's do that again, and we're going to build onto it. We ready? Let's do it. Right foot, kickstand, calf, or thigh. Now you have the option to stay in any of those variations. You can also hold your right knee with your right hand and lift up your left, or maybe you lift both arms up and you grow your branches into a tree. Push your left thigh into your right foot and push your right foot into your left thigh. Create all that muscle strength through the midline, because it all comes from the midline. That's where all this balancing is, right in the midline. Create that memory for yourself. If your hands don't like being up there, bring your hands to your heart and release. Nice. Left side. Kickstand, calf, or thigh. Hands can be down here in Tadasana. Hands can be at your hips. Left hand could be on your left shin. It's just you and you. This is it. You can reach and grow your branches. Whoa, right? There could be wind. There was wind for me. If you fall out, just get back in. Just take your time. And release. Okay. Can we combine all three? Can we? If you can't, stop in the middle. It's okay. But let's try it. Here we go. Ground into your left leg. This is going to be our standing leg that we're working with. We ready? Let's take a standing knee lift. Lift this right foot. I'm going to turn so that you guys can see, and I have room so I don't hit the wall. And then Tadasana hands, push the right foot back towards the back of your space. Fly for 3, for 2, woo, and for 1. Bring the right knee up and pull it into your right leg for tree. There you go. Reach up if you can. Or you get out of it like I did, and you go back in and release. Yes, that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you fall out. Let's do the left side now. Right leg is our standing leg. It's our grounded leg. Here we go. Standing knee rise. Flex the left foot, Tadasana hands. Airplane, push and kick. 3, 2, 1. Now back to standing knee rise so that you can set your tree up. Remember, you can still kickstand your foot or put it on your calf. Maybe reach your hands high and release. Beautiful. One more time, each side, your way. And then you'll be masters of balancing. But it is a practice, don't forget. So we're not trying to make it perfect, and you will have days where you cannot balance. So we're resetting everything up. Here we go. Grounding into the left leg, we take a standing knee rise. We flex the right foot. Tadasana hands. Push the right foot back, airplane. Drishti is strong, tree pose. Slow. If you come out and you fall, just go back in. Slow and release. Last time. Standing knee rise with the left knee. Flex your left foot. Kick your left foot back. Airplane. Come back. Standing knee rise. Tree pose, any variation. And release. Now come to stand on your mat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your chin to your fingertips. With gratitude for this practice, with gratitude for showing up and doing something that might have been challenging for you, we say, Namaste. Thank you to all of you for being here. Replay this video so you can work through the balancing poses at your own pace. You can even use a wall at any time. So if you have a wall nearby, remember that you can place a hand on a wall at any time and use that to help you, because balancing is all about practice. It's never going to be perfect, but it's all about working through the center core line. So again, please give the video a big like, comment below on what you loved, and I'll see you on the next video, everybody.